Hi, hello. Yeah, this is the Mo Talk Show. You're welcome to my talk show now. And we are going to be discussing about some very interesting and very educational stuff today. And I want you to be here with me. And also, I want you to subscribe to the channel. And I also want you to share and join the family. Now we are going to be discussing about so many things. We're going to be talking about family. We're going to be talking about culture. We're going to be talking about sports. We're going to be talking about current affairs. We're going to be talking about a whole range of topics. So if you join this family, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to enjoy the ride. And today we are going to be talking about what is very dear to my heart, and that is the advent of the colonial masters. Does he does more good than evil? Or does it does more evil than God? I'm going to give you my take on this, and this one is very extremely. I'm extremely passionate about this because of the way everything has planned out and the way everything has worked out in Africa. And today, let me take you to Nigeria, where I'm from. I'm also from the Yoruba tribe, so I'm going to be dealing about the Yoruba tribe today. Now, before the advent of the colonial masters, we have our own culture, we have our own economy, we have our own way of life. We have our king, we have our empire. And our empire is called the Yoruba Empire. And it is a vast empire that goes from way further to the Niger River and all the way straight to the Ashanti Empire. And this is a vast empire. And all this we have our kings, and the British actually learned a lot from us because we have our royal family, we have a prince, we have a queen, we have our delegates, we have the soldiers, we have the warriors. Every aspect of life is being controlled. And even when the British came, they said they made the best form of government in the empire. Everything was detailed in total, perfectly run. But then when the British came, what they actually did is that they stunned our growth. The way we're developing, they actually stunned it. Because some people will argue that if the British have not come, some people will argue that our resources will have stayed there until value added onto it. It will have stayed there for centuries until nothing happens to it. And values will keep happening to you, and we won't be able to know what we do to it. But that is a vibrant lie because Ethiopia was not conquered. There are so many countries in this world that wasn't conquered. The way technology travels all over the world, the way the gunpowder moves from China, because it wasn't the Western world that discovered the gunpowder, it was the Chinese that discovered the gunpowder, and they had discovered the gunpowder for 1,000 years, and they kept it. And the reason why they kept it is because they don't want war to happen, because they saw the power of the gunpowder. And the moment Marco Polo got the technology of the gunpowder, he took it back to the Western world, to the British Empire, and they started making guns, making bombs with it. So all this technology will have traveled, and the art of making glass was kept by the French royal family for over 500 years. It was kept. And when the technology moves outside, everybody knows about it. And that is how technology will have come to Africa, because we've been dealing and gaming with the Portuguese. We've been doing all this with the Spanish, making deals. They bring guns, they bring gunpowders. We've been making deals with them for centuries without no problem. Until the British came, they brought war all over our land. They brought war of conquest. And do you know what they said? It is the conqueror. It is the conqueror that does what? That lay the tales of what happened. And that's what they've done. Are you getting me? I don't have any. issue about the British Empire because I really actually love the Queen. Are you getting me? It is what it is. We're just discussing about what actually happened during the days of the colonial masters. If they've come, not because of greed, and we've dealt, they brought the technology, we deal, we sell them their palm oil, we sell them anything that we have, it would have been transfer of technology and would have been developed, they will have brought the way they build how the technology will have been transferred, the knowledge will have been transferred. We have so many stuff that they learn from us also. They what is called medicine today, the issue of medicine was actually the act of medication were actually learned from the African race. Like now, in my culture, we've been doing vaccination years, centuries before the British even or the Americans even known about vaccination. They don't know about vaccination. We taught them vaccination. During the Black Death, when the chickenpox, smallpox was killing everybody in America, what they do then is what is called bloodletting. They call it bad blood. That is where the word bad blood comes from. Excuse me, please. That is where the word called blood, because what they do is that they cut off the vein and they let the blood drains out and they seal it up and they hope when you recover, a new blood will come in. We are the one that taught them vaccination and we call it bere in our own place. Because what we do is that we take a small dose of the virus of the infection. We cut it up and we rub it to the skin. And when they keep dying, there was a slave in Boston, Massachusetts, in America. He told them, look, why are you guys dying now? Where I am from, I know how you can cure this problem of smallpox. And do you know what they call it in our place? They call it shokono. Because what they do in our place is that they scrape the skin of the infected patient. They rub it out with a potion and they do what? And they injected it through cutting of the skin like vaccination. So that when your body is immune to it and your body learn how to fight it, then when the sickness actually comes, it's going to resist it. They did not believe him for 2 months. They died in hundreds. And he was the one that kept taking care of the dead people. And you know what? They say, okay, let us give it a trial. And now they give it a trial. This technology has been in Africa for years, centuries, I mean millennia. And when now they call vaccination as if it was the invention of the Western ways. It wasn't the invention of the Western ways. It was done in Yoruba land. You get me? So what they call occultists in our place, they call it like herbalist. It's not actually called herbalist. Like if you want to become a doctor in this place, they won't just allow you to become a doctor. You have to be trained. That is how you have to be trained to become anything in the Yoruba race because of that. And now they call it a cult because it's like a separate guild of people. When the British even give it the name, it's a guild. You have to be qualified to be able to practice. And even up to now, it's still happening. You have to be qualified to practice. So because some special amount of people are doing it doesn't mean it's secret. So I'm just trying to tell you that just look at the logic because this program is actually called the undeniable logic, and my logic is actually undeniable. If you look at it, when they came to us, their adventure actually does much evil. They killed millions of people, taking millions of people into slave because there is also a misconception among the Black Americans They keep saying that it is actually they keep saying it is actually the black people that are selling black people. Most of them have been kidnapped, and this is the way it works. It is just like capitalism. No, don't even let me say capital. It is just what is called profit and loss. You just want to make money. Just this is all about corporations. When a corporate gather together to make a corporation, they try to make money. And do you know what they do? They go to your people, get some machineries, start causing wars. And when they start causing wars, there will be what? There will be misunderstanding. People will be displaced. When people are displaced, they will gather the people, they will call them slaves, they will take them down all the way to the western coast of America. All of a sudden they become so when they say that it is that our people are selling themselves, no. There is a saying in our land that if you sell one of your own cheap, you can't buy it expensive. So if we have that saying in our land that you don't sell yourself cheap, because actually when you want to buy yourself, you can't even buy yourself uh, even extremely expensive. You can't even buy it because they're gone. And the reason is that they understand it. It is against the law in your empire for you to sell and or your citizen into slavery. It is death by hanging. You can't do it in the Yoruba race. And now, if you notice, it is the Yoruba culture that survived in the Americanas. Do you notice in Cuba, in Venezuela, all over America? It is the Yoruba culture that survived. Do you know why? The reason why it was because our people had the last remnant of slaves that moves over. And let me tell you how it happens. This is the way it happens. When the empire reigned for almost 500 years, the reign of our empire lasted for